Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Skaven969 or William. I'm just here to talk about stuff and open some cards. Today was an interesting day today. I do my usual thing. Go out, go for a walk, go to the mall. But, well, the mall isn't great. The mall's pretty good. There's the security, of course. I'm a former security guard, and I know what it's like. Oh, that's a very big card. And so, I enjoy it. I enjoyed working there, but I know the type of situations that come up. You're on patrol, you're doing your job. Some things get by you, some things don't. And, well, someone didn't do their rattle check, so when I tried the door, it didn't work. This may be a Karen complaint, but when I open a door, I expect it to work. Simple. Seems simple. This door has worked before. This isn't unusual. It is unusual, it's locked. So, wow. Yuji Mizuha. Kyokomon. And these situations, they come up, so I talk to the security, explained it to them. Instead of accepting that it could be solved, they said it's never been opened. In her entire year of working there, after hanging up the phone with her boyfriend, she says, no, that door never opens. That's not true. The very fact that the other door is open means that this door can also be opened. And it's a small thing. So, another security guard, male counterpart, comes in, assists. He takes me to the door. I show him, yeah, it's not opening. He's like, yeah, door should be open. Makes sense. I agree. Later, walking down the doors, doing a rattle check in front of him. Well, it seemed simple enough. Every single door was open. Then I come to the last door. And, well, there's kids, 14, 15, smoking substances. They have glass pipe I associate with, well, meth, crack, that kind of stuff. I approach them, they get aggressive. They're like, hey, fuck off, we'll punch you in the face, that kind of thing. Makes sense. And, well, the security guard's with me, so of course they're agitated. Makes sense. I say, hey, that's not the situation. What's going on? Can I join you? And, well, it diffused the situation. But the very fact that there are kids smoking these kinds of drugs in the corner of our malls is distressing. So, I don't know if the security guards do this at the mall, but as a security guard in my profession, I had to make a report, do my due diligence, enforce the rules of the mall, make sure there was no drug usage on the property. And I did. And I called up the police department, non-emergency, explained to them what I saw. An hour later, I get a phone call from the police. He explains to me that there was no crime committed. These kids are fine. In fact, it's not really anything to be punishable. It's more the parents' decisions. And that didn't sit right to me, but this is the situation of our system. Drug use is free to use. I suppose that's fine, but when it's underage, I don't know how we accept it. That being said, hey, I'm just one person complaining about this. Maybe you feel differently. I saw a quote by Justin Trudeau when I was watching him on TV or whatnot, usual. And what he said was, if I have an issue, I should actually bring it up to the system. You know, change actually happens when you make it. I agree. We have to be more instigating. No, not instigating, but more forthwith, more for bad to prevail, good men do nothing kind of allegory. Very simple stuff, I think. It's been preached in our TV shows, it's Lord of the Rings and all that. We would probably learn this by now. Armor Purge is a very good ability. So, I want to voice it. I want to make sure everyone knows that you can also discuss things that you don't like. You don't always have to agree with someone. You can discuss something and disagree. You can have a different opinion, and you can have a valid point to it. But the fact is, if we don't discuss these kinds of situations, these things don't happen. These things will continue to persist and get worse, because we let it get worse. In some cases, we very much enjoy our freedoms and liberties, so guns are prevalent. That's fine. If you're interested in owning a gun, I don't stop you, but I live in a society where guns aren't that popular, and I don't choose to go to a place where I can own a gun. I don't choose to own a gun. It could be circumstances of where I am, but I also believe I have the freedom to leave my circumstances and go where I truly want to live. Many people feel they don't have a home in a certain aspect. I can relate to that. I can understand that when you move somewhere, it's different. It's not always the way we expect it. Or we could live somewhere for a long time and still not feel it has the values or the right attitude, or it lets things happen that are very egregious. Sometimes we all have different values, and I believe that's part of the reason why there's such a varied world. Everyone has a different belief and value. There are 7 deadly sins, and everyone prioritizes them on a different level. That's just a philosophy aspect of it, but it couldn't be more simple that if you like food, you'll eat food. You like to play these card games, you'll play these card games. The more you spend on it, the more indebted to it you are. The more you enjoy it, if you enjoy it. I enjoy these, but part of it is you need someone to play them with. I can build decks all day, but what's the point of it all? And we can always ponder everything we do. We can always read a book, watch a movie, take the extra time to think on what the presentation is showing us. Sometimes we go for binging. Sometimes we just want to hear someone talk for hours and hours. Podcasts are so great because we feel that connection to people. We can agree, we can disagree. We can listen to something good. We can hear something. We can be part of it. We can have an opinion on it. Part of it is talking about it, having an idea of our own. What part of these things do we enjoy? What aspects of it are so great? And I believe part of the gaming culture is not the games themselves. It's the community of the games. It's people meeting and having fun and interacting. And now that COVID is over, there's going to be a new thing. There's always a new thing. Monkeypox or Ukraine or World War III or China superpower mega Gundams or some new Nazi Aryan neo-Nazi American neo-new super metropolis flame hell scythe Ophanium fall down mode. Oh snap, I was looking for this. Fallen Angel. Exactly. So, right? There's always something new. Dang. There's always something that's going to catch our attention. And I find we just want something for the moment and not really linger on it. We want to keep getting that endorphin rush, looking for the new highs. That's part of the reason why those kids were doing drugs on the steps. I was there once, I was a kid. I'm sure most of you were kids at once. You might even think of yourself as an adult kid. You are watching a video about someone opening card packs. Snow-Agumon, Snogumon. And so, it's all relative. You can take what I'm saying and dismiss it, but I lived that. I explained that the system doesn't think it's an issue. I think it's an issue. There's other things that are issues in this world. If you think Roe v. Wade is an issue, then speak out and have your voice heard about it. Or world hunger. I saw an article that says hunger's good, it motivates people. Like, well then what was the point of Star Trek? I don't believe that. I believe once all our needs in society are met, things will be better. Things will continue to prosper. We will have new motivations. A lot of our information is copyrighted, you might say. Knowledge is at a premium, we pay for it. It may be free, but there's also guaranteed diplomas. Certainly there's the aspect of you work hard your whole life and you can do anything. But can you truly fulfill that if you're doing 9 to 5, working for the weekend, and still upset that you don't have enough time for your kids? Because it's true. You teach them what you want, and they are a part of that once they have that. You re-experience what you enjoy through your children. If you enjoy Digimon, playing cards with them, if you enjoy talking, having a real discussion, if you enjoy making things, building, drawing, there's music, there's a million, billion, trillion things in the world to do. There's infinite possibilities for connections. And maybe I'm just talking to myself when I say this. So, we can always do more, or speak out, or be honest. Sometimes you reject the things you don't want to hear. And that can be understandable. But try to realize that they come at it from their perspective. Somebody introduced that to them. That idea. Was it truly the fault of the person for making that connection as well? Meeting that person and now having that idea? Not necessarily. But we come to the end of the video in the last pack. And I want to know if this rambling or introspection or day in the life of was any good. Or worth anything in the grand scheme of it. I believe it was. So I'm talking about it now. It's a lot of tamers. This is a good set. The new EX3 set as well has been announced. Lots of dragons in that one. I enjoy the multicolored sets. They're very cool. Again, Ophanimon Fall Down mode, very cool. Obviously more black cards, black Metal Greymon. The starter decks are of course excellent. My Otismon is one of my favorites. Personally, I have a very good Ogremon deck at the moment, but that can change with these new cards added to the collection. My Tamer decks have been pretty low, but we'll see how this boosts them up with the new Yuji Muzuya, Azulongmong, Davis and Kenji, and of course Digimon Emperor. I don't actually remember this guy. Yukio? Maybe I'm not a real fan. Fuck. Well, hope you enjoyed, and thank you for listening and watching.